Welcome to the Art of Likability, where you learn the secrets to becoming more likable in all areas of your life. Increasing your likability improves your relationships, and improved relationships increases your success in all areas of your life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moody.
What's going on, y'all? Arel Moody here. Yo, friendly host of the Art of Likability, showing you how to become more likable in all areas of your life to increase your overall awesomeness, your relationships with people, your business, your financial situation. There's so many benefits of this likability stuff, folks. Literally, it is all over the place. And I'm excited to talk about some fun likability stuff with you today that is going to literally make you a phone hero. What I mean by phone hero, if you have to do any work in your business with folks via the phone, this is going to be a very, very good podcast for you. Now, specifically, if you do anything with customer relations, with sales, anything of that nature, if you have to talk to your colleagues or your team members or whomever over the phone, this is going to help. I don't know who doesn't speak on the phone as part of their life today. And if you don't speak on the phone, I doubt you're listening to this podcast. So this literally could be a podcast applicable to everyone who is listening, regardless of your situation. It's literally gonna improve your customer service satisfaction rates. It's gonna help you close more sales. I'm excited to talk about some very important likable phone techniques. Okay, so let's jump into this. And by the way, just keep in mind, if you don't want to build success in relationships and be more likable on the phone, then you listening to the wrong podcast. But that's what we about, baby. So let's jump in and have some fun. All right. So here's the thing about the phone. This is so crucial and so important. Okay. When you're speaking on the phone, you know exactly what's happening on your end of the phone. Right? So if someone asks you a question and you need to find out what the answer is, so you're pulling up your email and you're typing away to figure out what's going on so that you can answer this person's question, you know that's what's going on because you are experiencing it. The person on the other end of the phone, all they hear is silence. They have no idea what's happening. You can tell that person, hold on one moment, I'm going to pull up the email. That sounds like that's something really good to do, right? Yes, but it's limited. Here's why. We still live in an era where phone calls get cut off. People get hung up on by accident. Cell phone reception dies. Various things still happen when we make phone calls today that could cause a phone call to hang up. So when you say, hold on, let me just pull up your email and see what's going on, if it's taking a certain amount of time, and it's quiet on the phone, because you're on the side of the phone where the email searching is going, know that you're attentive and you're taking care of the person's needs. The person on the other side of the phone, they start to have this anxiety building up inside of them. Is the person still there? Should I say anything? I'll wait. I'll hang up. Then it gets quiet. You don't know what's going on. So it makes the person feel uncomfortable. And they don't know if they've hung up. They don't know if they say something, you'll get mad. Because I've actually had situations where I've been put into this like radio silence and it's been quiet longer than I think is normal. So I'll simply ask, are you still there? And they go, yes, I'm checking the email for you. And it's like, oh, excuse me, little miss attitude. It's like, where did that come from? I'm just trying to make sure we're not disconnected. But they're upset because they're like, I told this person. The person who's doing the email searching is thinking to themselves, I told the person I was going to check the email. Why are they asking? Why are they acting like I don't know how to do my job? It's because they can't see it. They don't know what you're doing. They have no idea what's going on at the other end of the phone. So what I found is a really great likability trick is to simply explain what you're doing in kind of a softer, lower version of your voice. I'm going to give you an example of a phone call and how it might work. I'm going to change my voice so you can distinguish between the two characters. Don't make fun of me, but if you want to, I can't stop you. You're an independent grown person. You can do whatever you want. All right, so I'm going to have two phone voices and you'll see what I mean. Okay. Bring, 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 bring. Yes, hello. Hi, thank you for calling. So-and-so, how may I help you? Yes, I have a problem with my order. Could you please look up why it hasn't been shipped yet? Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to look it up. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull up your file. All right, I'm just pulling up your file here. Okay. All right. So what's your first name and last name? My name is John Awesome Sauce. All right. John Awesome Sauce. Okay. I just need a few more things. What is your date of birth? My date of birth is 15/15/15. Wow. I've never heard of that birthday. That's amazing. You're not even born yet. So let's just check it. Okay. All right. Here's your file. Just need to open up one more section to get to where your order status is. And here we are. Okay, let's talk about your order. Here's what I'm seeing and so on and so forth. Okay, so what I was basically doing was walking the person on the other end of the phone through what was happening. So at no point are they confused. If I just said, okay, I'll help you, give me 1 second. And then I went to the file and I was quiet and I didn't ask any questions. And there was these huge long gaps. It causes confusion. Now for you, you're on one side of the phone and you're searching and you're doing everything you're supposed to do and you're looking and doing all that good stuff. But the person on the other side who doesn't see what you're doing, they have no idea. Like literally zero clue what you're doing. And you think that, oh, it was only like 5 seconds, but 5 seconds when you're in complete radio silence and you can't hear anything could feel like an eternity. So if you want to make people feel less anxious about a situation, go ahead and softly talk through what's happening. I'm just picking up the file, opening up your profile to see the results. All right, clicking over to the delivery section. Perfect. Here we are. So that's a lot different than just being quiet until I got to the delivery section of the file. So it actually makes people feel like, one, they know you're on the phone. They know you're not hung up on, which is a major issue. Two, it makes them feel like you're still there. Because if you've ever been on hold and you have that feeling of like, hey, are you still there? It's totally annoying. I promise you, if you do anything with customer service, you will have a huge bump in your customer satisfaction just from making people feel totally informed about the entire process. Now, it's the type of thing that really no one's ever going to tell you this is something that you did that bothered them, because it really, a lot of people may not even know how to vocalize why it was an upsetting experience. But if you have the smile in your voice and you're talking to people and you are talking people through what's happening, they always feel kept in a loop. And what I found is over communication is one of the keys to success in relationships and in business, because most problems really only arise from miscommunications. I assumed you knew something, you assumed I knew something that I didn't know, and then there's all these problems. So that's why it's really good to over communicate. It's good, like as a bonus little tip, if you over communicate with your teammates, with your colleagues, with your employees, or whatever the case may be for you, you don't have miscommunications, and that really solves a huge majority of problems, because a lot of problems just come from people expecting or assuming something that isn't the case from understanding from both parties. So that's one really good strategy that I would recommend you start implementing for anything. If you're talking to a friend and you need to get something and you need to put them on hold, just be like, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna go pick up some shoes. Give me 1 second. Just get my shoes on right now. All right, just let me get these laces tied, and all right. Okay, I can get back to the phone. So it's just a way to kind of walk people through what you're doing so they don't feel lost and they feel taken care of. Another really good strategy for you to think about using is smiling in your voice. So I alluded to it a couple of seconds ago, but I said make sure the smile's in your voice. So what I want you to do is focus on speaking with a smile on your face. When you smile, you actually pull on your vocal cords in a positive way. And people have found through various studies that when someone is smiling and speaking, their voice sounds more pleasant and more attractive. So you should try this if you want to sound more pleasant on the phone. A lot of people think, well, like the person can't see me, what does it matter if I smile? Well, you can actually feel a smile in someone's voice. If someone is like happy to hear from you, you know, you can just, because you're very, the ears and the mind is just a very advanced, highly processed computer, basically. So it can pick up on all these little nuances and tones. So try smiling, So for example, if I was speaking to you without a smile in my voice, it might sound like, hi, how are you? This is Arel Moody. How can I help you? Versus if I'm smiling, it might sound like, hi, this is Arel Moody. How can I help you? Both of those were both warm and, none of them were rude per se, but one of them has a little extra in its tone, not smiling. Hi, how are you? This is Arel. How can I help you? smiling. Hi, this is Arel. How can I help you? So practice when you're speaking to people to actually smile. There's a really great way of speaking as you're smiling. A lot of people have kind of like this, droopy, negative, nasty face, and they don't even know. And if you were speaking into the phone, you looked in the mirror, you'd be like, oh my gosh, is that what I look like? Scary. So actually practice when you're on the phone speaking to people, actually smiling. And if you can imagine that you're not speaking into a phone, that you're directly speaking face to face with someone that you actually enjoy speaking to, even if you don't, and smile at them. And do your best not to fake a smile, because if you're actually faking a smile and speaking, people can pick up on that kind of sarcastic, negative kind of vibe. The same way if you were fake smiling at someone and talking to them, they could pick up on that. So a lot of the same visual things that you think would happen face to face do happen over the phone. So if you're slumped over in your seat and your shoulders are, folded in and you have bad posture or whatever the case may be, it will pick up in your voice. So make sure you sit up, make sure you smile, make sure that you are with good posture, and your tonality of your voice will actually sound much, much clearer and much more happier and excited and warm. Even if you're not talking about an exciting thing, I could be talking about, I gotta, cancel my airline ticket because I don't want to buy this ticket anymore. So I say, okay, great, we're gonna cancel your airline ticket. Let's go ahead and do that. So I said that to you just then with a smile in my voice. It's a lot different than, okay, let's process your ticket. Let me just pull up your file so we can get you canceled. It feels different. People will like you, even if you're giving bad news. It's crazy. You could give bad news to someone. Like, I gotta let you go. I mean, that's probably really bad news. But I mean, even if you're giving not so great news and you put a smile in your on your face, you'll hear it and feel it in your vocal cords. And your people on the other end will hear it. So I want you to give these 2 likability phone tricks a try. Okay. First thing, talk people through what's going on when they're on hold. It'll make them much happier and like you more. Also, when you speak, put a smile on your face. Smile through your speaking. Have good posture. Don't slump over. If you gotta dress, a little more professionally when you're on the phone, do so. Even if people won't see you, you'll feel good about yourself. And if you feel confident, it shows up. There was this great scene from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if anyone watched the show. Great show. One of my faves of all time. And Will Smith comes down. He's dressed all sharp in a suit and everything like that. And then Ashley, who was his cousin on the show, says, oh, you dressed up for a big date? He's like, yeah, a phone date. So literally he dressed up just to call a girl to ask her out on a date, because dressing up gave him this level of confidence that he needed to exude over the phone to get the girl on a date. So do that for yourself too. Smile in your voice, dress in a way that's going to make you feel confident, even if it's a job where no one's ever going to see you. Dress the part and you'll feel the part, okay? Give these things a try. Let me know what you think. Hit me up. Send me an email, info@artoflikability.com. Let me know what you think about this. Send me a tweet. I love the tweets. Y'all been tweeting me. I feel the love getting tweets from all over the world. Appreciate you. I literally will respond to every email and every tweet and every LinkedIn message. So don't be shy. I genuinely like building relationships with people. Reach out to me and say hi. And let me know specifically. Use the hashtag Art of Likability. Use that on Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn. I mean, I don't know where you're going to use it, but Twitter is probably the best place. And just let me know how this strategy works for you. Have you used it? Have you noticed people being more warm to you? Have you noticed things are easier when you're on the phone with people? Use this strategy. Tweet me and let me know what your results are. And the other question I have to ask you is, and I'd love to know, and tweet this to me, what's one of the best experiences you've had with someone on the phone? What did they do? What was amazing? What was cool? Give me some ideas. I'd love to hear from your treasure chest of life experiences, or maybe there's something you do that works really well on the phone to build that. So send me a tweet @ArelMoody. Shoot me an email with your response, LinkedIn message. Use the hashtag Art of Likability so I can find it and respond to it, which would be cool. And I gotta give a shout out. We get these shows produced every week. We got a great team here at the Art of Likability. Brett King is an amazing dude, great producer. Check him out at Brett brking.com, 2 T's on the Brett. Amazing dude. Shout out to him. Shout out to you for listening. And make sure to go to artoflikeability.com, the website. We've got a great email list that we are creating where we're sending out exclusive content and special offers and lots of cool stuff for you to get involved with to really make this a little bit more of a community. I want us to connect with each other. You know, one of the things that's important to me is really building relationships. And I want to build relationships with you, my listeners, and listeners to connect with other listeners who care about this kind of stuff. You know, I've heard just amazing messages from people who have been applying this stuff and, you know, have gotten raises, have closed more sales, have, you know, created friendships with people they thought were dead. So, I mean, this stuff is really cool. And I'd love to create a forum for it. So I'm thinking about doing some stuff, maybe starting a Facebook group just for the listeners or some cool stuff. So if you have any ideas on how you would like to connect with other people who are listening to the podcast, or if you got some cool suggestions, let me know. I'd love hearing from you. So signing off, y'all. Hope you will talk to people on the phone and have a much better relationship with them. And if you do that, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to build better relationships. And if you build better relationships, you're going to have more success and happiness. And if you don't want more success and happiness, you just spent 15 minutes with the wrong brother. You could have been doing something else. You could have been playing flapjack, which I'm not even sure what that is, but you could have been doing that. But of course, you want to be more successful. You want to have greater relationships. You want to build your likability to increase your professional success. So happy to be on this journey with y'all. I got nothing else to say except you are awesome. High five.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Likability. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast for more awesome info on how you can improve your likability and improve your life. Until next time, remember, you